This is Robert of Ride to Walk, where I ride for mobility. Taking out the Magicycle commuter bike today. Taking the long way to go pay the internet bill. It is a warm day today. It's in the mid-80s and starting to feel the summer humidity a bit. We've got rain coming in, and so I'm wanting to get a ride in before whatever happens this week happens. We've got chance of rain, pretty big set. Looks like most of it may go north of us today, but then onset of more rain through the rest of the week. The reason I stopped where I did though and started the video there was I was thinking about ticks, because well, it's part of the great outdoors. I'm calling everyone to come along where we can talk and laugh and enjoy the great outdoors. There's some things in the great outdoors that are dangerous. Just passed over a nice creek. Yeah, I think a tick is annoying. I like a mosquito bite. This part's going to be a little more dangerous on this commuter bike. With my little bitty 1.25" tires, doesn't have the stability of a 4-inch tire bike. Yeah, ticks are what I was thinking about, but while we're on the Magicycle, it is a 26-inch bike that they no longer make. They have a commuter, but they cleared this one off. And that's how my biking began. $600 for a name brand bike, and I had kind of eyed it a little bit because of the 1-speed, no derailleur, or rather 1-gear, no derailleur. It's got pedal assist just like any bike, and it's got 5 pedal assists. So, but at 20 miles an hour, you really, 5 is more than enough. Almost 3 would be fine when you only go 20 miles an hour. But I like this bike. It's a 26-inch bike, and I've gone to 20-inch. You know, I really like my 20-inch. I really like my 20-inch bikes, but yeah, I think I have to go up in there for you to be able to see what I'm seeing. Oh, I can't go too far because there's soybeans here. I don't want to destroy some soybeans, but that is pretty cool. Can't go down in there. It's closed off. And but we can get a view of it from the road. Enjoy the different views. I've got I'm not sure if the land is planted to the left. It looks like it's probably soybeans too, up about the same as what I was just in. It's just they just dissed it in. Yeah, you notice yourself getting thirsty quick, a lot quicker with the heat up and the humidity up. Excuse me. See, the last ride that I had on this bike was in when I got it fixed. So it was at Noble Park. I rode over there because it's right down the street from Noble Park. And I got some ideas for when I went back there with the H9. The ideas that I got from this actually came up as duds, but I found some, when I did go there, I found some other things that were not duds. This is a nice road. It's a lot better on a fat tire bike. Definitely a farm implement road. Not really made for too much consumption. There are a couple houses along here to the left. After the stop sign, we'll be on regular asphalt, which will be a lot better. Application for this bike. You saw the entry there. That's an entry. I went back in there once, but I was informed it didn't have a sign like a lot of these others have a sign, you know, that you're not supposed to go in. It did not, so I did. But the guy said that I shouldn't be in there, so I won't go in there again. I got to see a little bit of back in there. Old Hickory Clay Company. So here we are on a nice shaded road trees to either side. It's both beautiful and feels good now. Now thinking about the ticks, the part of the great outdoors that I used to think of as maybe an annoyance. Somebody's just built a new road back in here. So somebody's probably nestling a house back in the woods. Nice idea. Ticks, mosquitoes, annoying. Coming to find out they can be more than annoying. They can be life-threatening. Have a friend who has been having troubles for around a year, and come to find out she's got alpha-gal syndrome. Let's see, Chapman Road. I don't know where that. She's got alpha-gal syndrome from having been bit by a tick. Remembers getting it. Her husband pulled it off. It was really itchy. About a year ago, had all kinds of symptoms. Come to find out the thing can make you allergic to red meat and dairy, maybe some other things. It's crazy. I got a tick bite, strangely enough, right after her diagnosis. I got a tick bite, hadn't had one in a long time. And it whelped up really good and was really itchy. Got some antibiotics, got over that, and in my ride to Paducah, I brought home 2 friends. Hopefully no more. We haven't found any more. I guess if I would have them, from what I found out today, when I was researching on them, that I would probably know, because they're not a tick that just waits for you to come along. They do that, but they actively hunt. They call them an assassin tick because they hunt their prey. And they move really fast. They move amazingly fast for... There's some animals going to be auctioned off. That's an auction house. Yeah, the gates are open. Looks like they're going to have an auction this afternoon. But those ticks are assassin ticks, as opposed to others that just only wait for the prey. Yeah, because that's another thing. Let's wait for this car to go by. Because there's a couple misconceptions that I had about ticks. You know, I always thought of them as slow moving, which most of them are. But the Lone Star tick, which thankfully the 2 that I got, the one had just bit in, although I've got a bite on my knee. that's been itchy, where he might have bitten and then gone on up. Been the one that was taken off my back by my son, because the one that I got on my thigh was on the other leg, and not likely that one. That one hadn't, the one on my thigh had not, well, he had just latched on. He hadn't really had time to get much. He was easily pulled out. The one on my back hadn't latched on, and now it makes a little sense. If he got a little bit of food on my knee and then decided that wasn't a great place and went up to my back. But yeah, they are no joke. These ticks. They can cause real problems. Part of the outdoors is not enjoyable. Can ruin the outdoors for you or I. So the misconception I had, one, was that they were slow. Not all of them are as slow as you think. The assassin, the Lone Star tick, it can move pretty quick. It's pretty amazing. Pretty scary. And then here we are, I'm under pine trees. I always thought that they hung out in trees and that they drop down on you. And I guess they do hang out. I haven't read or heard anyone talking about them hanging out in trees. That's what I had always heard. But that they actually rather are in tall grass. Spend most of their life there and find a meal. So that's a little different than my understanding. So they're really on the ground and generally in high grass, which now makes sense. The one time that my wife and I got a bunch of them, we were at we were visiting all the historic state sites in Missouri, and we were at this Indian burial ground where we went around and around to try to find this one. Some guy finally showed us where it was at, and it was pretty much a nothing burger place. But as we traversed it, it was there were a few trees, but it was mostly a grassy area. And that's when we came up with a whole bunch of, we had several ticks, both of us. And so where I got my ticks, I was in the woods Saturday, but I was also the skills course wasn't much used, and because it wasn't much used. They maybe mow it once a year. I don't know. They hadn't mowed it this year. You had tall grass, you know, seed heads 2-3 foot high, and you're going down the path. So the whole way you're like that. And I had a little bit of a spill, which was right in that grass as well. So it gave me a chance to pick them up. Besides being in the woods, I had it all there. But they weren't just any tick, they turned out to be that Lone Star tick. So we'll see, hopefully. I didn't get enough venom to cause long-term problems. But yeah, so ticks are not necessarily slow, and you find them in tall grass. So it's something to watch out for. And you can use DEET, although it's a poison, so you want to die from cancer instead. So maybe it might be good to like spray around if you got long pants on your ankles and shoes, keep it off your skin. Might be since that's the number one place they're going to get in. But that's just something about ticks today. I am now ready to pay my internet bill. And so like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the ride. We'll see you on the next one. I'll call this a video.